Hey! Yes, today we are going to install a local large language model, our own little ChatGPT. So let's see if we can find some guide that can help us. Let's see. Welcome to my video. So why should we install a large language model locally? It's interesting to try it out. We are going to use the Ollama service or application. So let's follow the guide for Windows, since I'm running Windows. So you need Windows subsystem for Linux, even though I will Linux subsystem, so you can run Ubuntu on your Windows machine. So I'm gonna assume you have that installed already. If you don't, look for a guide online. So let's see if we can update this one. Enter your sudo password or the password for your VSL user, and the download starts. Or I mean the update of your packages that you can install on the Ubuntu. That needs to be up to date and upgrade. And now we need to install Ollama. So I'm just following this guide how to do it. I will leave a description in the link below to this article. And here is the website. So this is all open source, by the way, so that's very nice. So you can install it on Mac, Linux, Windows. So the next step is to okay, so its install is complete. We can start Ollama with the Ollama command. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, please. Ollama is running, very nice, very nice. So now we need a large language model to run on our Ollama. So Ollama is like the what should we say, container of or your local service where you can install various different large language models. So here you can see Llama 3.1 is quite new, so that's what is the one I was interested in trying out. So we're gonna take, so here you can see lots of different AIs, large language models. So you're going to run Llama 3.1 with the since I don't have such a strong computer, I will use the least, what should I say, the model that takes the least space. Of course, it's the one that is the least trained. Trying to find Llama 3.1. So 8-byte parameter size is what we will have. So the more parameter size you have, the better model, basically. But since I don't have a supercomputer, I will need to go with the smallest one. So let's Ollama pull llama 3.1, so it's downloading now. So let's wait for that to be done. Success. Okay, so now we have it pulled down. So now we're gonna run it. Let's see if we can get it up and running. And there we go, it's online. So kind of mind-blowing that you can get your own AI locally with just a few simple commands. Who is the nerdy coder is my first question. And he couldn't find any information about me because I'm not that famous, so that's understandable. Can you write unit test for a Node.js application? Yes, you can write unit test for a Node.js application. I guess he misunderstood my question, but he did give some test examples, at least. It's kind of cool. So this one is running locally, totally offline, no internet connection is required for it to work. So that's pretty cool. So the next thing we want to try out is getting a web UI for this AI. So you can get a similar experience as ChatGPT from your local AI. Of course, it's not going to be as useful as GPT-4. It won't give as accurate responses, but it's fun to play around with, and it might be good enough for some cases. So now we have to install some Docker components that this web UI is requiring. I don't know much about these add-ons. Keyrings. Sounds like something you need for authentication. So we need to add some stuff to Docker. And update again, maybe unnecessary. Then we're going to install Docker and some Docker plugins, and let's go. Downloading, installing, unpacking. Let's see if this is some good web UI for Ollama. So now let's start this Docker. And this is the command, quite long, but yeah, we're gonna take it at its face value. So this is what it will look like when it's up and running. Let's see if it will start on the first try. And let's see if it's, and yeah, it's alive. So now we have a web UI for the local Ollama installation. So now we need to create an account. For yourself, so you can start communicating with Llama 3.1. So I'm just gonna create account. Sorry for the Swedish. I'm gonna switch language to English. So there's lots of features in this one, so that's pretty cool. So here, as you can see, it looks very similar to ChatGPT, so they basically ripped off the UI, kind of. So let's pick this one. Let's look at some settings. So let's go over to English to begin with. And let's see what else do we have here. You can have a system prompt that will spawn over all your chats with the AI. Change. So here you have lots of UI configuration you can play around with. If you want to have some to see your location. If you want to ask some location specific questions, I guess. So I mean, this AI is great for privacy, for example, because the information is only on your local computer and not shared with OpenAI or some other big corporation. They can have memory, speech to text, if you want to play around with that. We're not going to do that in this video. You can pick voice here. I assume you can install more voices as well. So let's just add a profile picture if you like. Admin settings. So this, I guess, will apply to all users that is using your local large language model. I guess you could create your own AI portal for others to use online as well, if you want to do that. Here you can also connect to OpenAI. Want integration to that one, and you can also use your local AI over some API interface also. If you are building some application that needs some AI features and you don't want to use any public AI service, then you can host your own locally, open source. So that's kind of crazy. All of this is open source and for free. Kind of powerful tools we can have here. You can enable some web search for your AI, so it can search the web. So that's interesting. You can use the search, you can pick the search engine that it will use. I picked DuckDuckGo here since it's the only one that doesn't need an API key, apparently. Ah yeah, dark mode, that's what I like. Good for the eyes. And here we have some interface settings. Not really sure what it's all about. Here you can pick some speech to text engine. So there's a lot of configuration you can play around here. Here you can have some image generation engine as well. So that's pretty cool. That might come in a separate video later on, how to do that. No pipelines, don't know what that is. Your database you can back up and things like that. So let's go back to the chat. Hello, Nerdy Coder, how can I help you today? So yeah, you see the chat looks pretty similar to ChatGPT. So you can even give it files to look at, and you can also allow it to search the web, or you can talk to it even, apparently. So let's see what it says about this. Write a unit test for this code from my other project. Okay, so we get some code there. It's pretty cool. So this can be used as a boilerplate for a unit test, for example. I am sure it's probably some syntax errors or some other errors in this one. Usually is that you have to fix manually afterwards. And then, yeah, I'm just testing to ask some questions here. Yeah, it seems to know quite a lot, even though this is a small model. So that's very cool. I also tested to give it an image. Let's see, let's take a random picture here. Let's see if it can see the image. Alright, I have to pick the model. See what it have to say about this picture. I don't actually see anything. Yeah, so I don't have any vision AI installed, so I guess this one can see images directly. But yeah. Let's see what it says about this. Why can I send a picture to you? Yeah, so this one does not have any image generation built in, so we need to configure that.